Hi everyone, this is Matteo from Codeable, and in this new episode we are going to meet with Bruno Kos, who will share with us his story and experience as a freelancer. He will also tell us more about working as a Codeable expert, letting us know how this experience in a way changes life. So hey Bruno, thank you for joining us today in this new episode of Changing Life. We really appreciate it.
Hello to everyone, to all our viewers. Hello, all the Codeable staff, all my fellow developers, and all future, previous, and current clients.
Yeah, that's an amazing one. So I'm really looking forward to knowing more about you and your story. So to get the ball rolling, why don't you start by saying which part of the world are you right now, where are you from, and most importantly, how long have you been a freelancer?
Well, I live in Croatia. It's in Europe. It's a beautiful, actually, European country. I've been born here. I live here. I plan to stay here for the rest of my life. I don't plan to be a digital nomad or move abroad. Although many Croatian people are moving abroad for the last couple of years, which is not so good in my opinion. And I've been freelancing since 2009. I was still in my college, and I was trying to remember the other day how did I start freelancing, but I just wasn't able to. I think there was I googling that or something, and the first company I came across was I think freelancer.com.
Yeah.
And then I saw Odesk. It is now Upwork, and I remember some of my first assignments was creating some simple graphics in Photoshop, but then I received my first serious assignment. It was the famous $1 for 500 words. Yeah, and I was writing articles for this Frenchman, Mr. Rave, or I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. And I was writing batches of 5 or 10 articles for him. I don't really remember the topics. These were different topics, and that's how it all started. And
Okay.
then I got an assignment to create a website for the local municipality, and it was also in 2009 or 2010 actually. But I knew almost nothing about web development, so I started learning. I decided to choose WordPress, and that's how all the journey began. And then after a few months, I received a very good contract for this Australian company, and this is where my career, one more WordPress career, really kicked off, because I was in charge of lots of things such as databases, plugins, WordPress multi-user, and that's how it all
Whoa.
actually. Yes.
Whoa,
And
and so whoa, that's you really almost like hinted like to many of the questions that I'm going to ask you, but yes.
oh, sorry about that.
No problem. Yeah, that's an amazing start. So, you were saying that you started almost freelancing like around 6, 7 years from now, right?
Yes, it
Back,
was 7 years
and
ago.
so,
Yes.
would you mind telling us what do you like about freelancing? I mean, why did you choose to start working by yourself and not ended up in a regular 9 to 5 job?
Well,
You know,
actually, I think that from you can get the same answer for most freelancers. Is the fact that you have a flexible working hours. I
yeah,
mean, I don't you don't have to work from 9 to 5 or something like that. So if you have some other obligations, you can just reschedule. I don't know. I can say to client, okay, I will do it in about 2 hours, and then I can go somewhere and something like that. So no, then on the other hand, you don't have to wake up early. I mean, I'm not inclined to wake up at 5 a.m. or something like that.
yeah.
And then and this is also very common in countries like Croatia, for example. Most jobs, IT related, and other are in Zagreb. So if you want to work there, if you live where I live, and if you want to work in Zagreb, you can count on 5 hours per day for travel. I mean, it's not acceptable. You know what I can do in 5 hours.
Yeah,
So that's the other thing. I don't have to, but that flexibility of the work, and
yeah,
then you are your own boss. And there are really lots of things that each freelancer will give you their own reasons, but it's basically the same: flexible working hours, flexible schedule,
freedom. Yes.
yeah, freedom to choose your own jobs, to choose your own clients, and lots of things. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for answering that. But even if you are at the beginning of this interview, I'm going to ask you like a super tough question right away. Are you ready?
already.
Okay, great. So, what does it take to be a good freelancer? And do you think anybody can be one? Like, let me just clarify this question. On top of my head, I think that maybe dealing with clients isn't natural for many. So, tell us about it. What does it take to be a good freelancer?
Well, first of all, it's being fluent in the language. I mean, English is, as you know, it's an international language, and if you want to be a good freelancer, you don't you have to have a mastery of English. It's not only about written. I think it's about spoken communication as well. Because if it's a little bigger project, you really need to. The clients will ask you to do a phone interview or Skype interview or anything like that. So that's one thing. The other thing is definitely the skill
Yeah.
you need to have. I mean, the freelancing market is huge, and there's no reason. I mean, if you can't do something, or if you do it badly, the client will just simply they will find someone else to do the job. I mean, the client's English does come, although I think it's a very simple language to learn, but it should come naturally because when whoever is freelancing, it is expected this. But
Yeah.
you can see that sometimes the clients used to come to me and they say that they did find someone who is skilled or they perceived them as skilled, but there was this language barrier and they just couldn't handle it. I mean, they couldn't explain some simple concepts on, I don't know, how to change background image or something, and
Yeah.
not to mention something complicated projects in the range of 5 or 10K or
Yeah.
even more. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's essential. And then on the other hand, you need to realize that probably you will not have colleagues in your office. You will not have, I don't know, team building or something. So it's
Yeah.
it's very a non-social type of work. So you have to be comfortable with that. I mean, my fiance and my mom and my brother, sister, and friends. They joke with me that I haven't leave
Social
the
life, you know.
yes, that I don't have. I mean, I don't have a social life, and they
Yeah, I'm on the
sometimes
same boat, so.
yeah, they sometimes joke that I didn't leave my bedroom for the last 7 years. So that's one of the things that come with freelancing. I mean, yeah.
What made you look for something new in your freelancing life, in fact, like Codeable? I mean, was there a specific reason, like, I don't know, you didn't like your previous jobs, the way you were working before, or in a way you felt like you were missing something in your professional life?
Well, one of the reasons in freelancing, you're never safe. I mean, when I started on Upwork, after a while, the competition grew higher,
Yeah.
and it was more difficult to get a job because I don't know. Sometimes when I began, there were, I don't know, 15 applications for each job opening. Then after a year, there were 30.
Yeah.
So, and after a year, there were hundreds. So when there are hundreds of applications, there's
Like brutal, you know?
there's a 1% chance that someone will even see your reply.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Elance, and I was more satisfied on Elance because there were less bids and there were much quality projects. But then what happened? Then there was this message that Elance is merging with Upwork, and then we'll close the agency. And then you always look for something else. And then I don't really remember where I saw the job opening for Codeable, but I saw that they are an agency looking for top experts. So I gave it a shot.
Yeah,
And after
that's
3 months, I received a reply.
yeah. Was a research an ads or something
No,
like that?
I think it was a WordPress job board.
Okay.
One of the WordPress job boards. I think
Uh-huh.
I saw that the Codeable, and then I clicked to see what it is, and
And
then
then
I
you
didn't,
applied.
and then I applied. Yes,
Okay. And how long have you been a Codeable expert?
I've been accepted in the program in February 2015, so it was about a year ago and a month, 30 months ago,
Okay,
14.
30 months, so more than a year. So congrats.
Yes, yes, thank you.
And how things are going? I mean,
They're going excellent. I've completed about 200 jobs so far. In the beginning, I was doing smaller jobs because I was getting used to the platform and to see how my other colleagues are working. I was receiving some instructions from Per and other people who taught me how these things work. And yes, but now I aim to bigger projects, and I don't mind.
Oh, would you mind sharing with us, like, if you have a strategy of something, or if you have any preferences, sorry, about, working with one-shot clients? You prefer maybe recurring one, small project that maybe in less than an hour are, marked as complete, or maybe bigger project? Would you mind sharing with us something?
Well, it's. I mean, probably every freelancer in this world will want to have recurring clients,
Yeah.
and this is especially on freelancing basis because sometimes you just get tired of keep searching for new clients, for new proposals. I mean, it can become you can become, how to say it. Um, you can become tired of it
Yeah.
because yes, and it happens once in a while. I mean, every freelancer would probably say. And there are sometimes when you are just focused to get a new job and you are eager to get something new, but then after 2 or 3 months of catching new jobs, you just get it. So I really don't mind having recurring clients.
Yeah.
I do have one client, a special client on Codeable, who gave me almost 60 jobs. It's
Whoa.
Aris. Yes, it's Aris from USA. I'm saying hello now to. And yes,
Hello.
and
And
yes.
okay, thank you for sharing that. Let me ask you this: if you look at your past freelancing life and then you fast forward to today, how things have changed for you? I mean, are they any different?
Well, the Codeable has been a huge change, not
Hmm.
just in terms of income, as probably all other Codeable developers would say, but because in the last year, as since joining Codeable, I think I've learned more about WordPress and web development than I learned in the last 5 years. Because
Whoa.
I was so pushed by that new. By the way, when I realized how things work on Codeable, I was just I'm driving myself on a daily basis to learn something new. When I see the task that I don't know how to handle, then I search for the solutions on my own. I will not apply for the job. It's not
Yeah.
important, but I want to learn that new skill. So I learned really a lot.
Wow,
And
that's amazing to hear. That's
yes,
huge
especially
improvement.
it was a huge improvement. I mean, especially in the first couple of months, I was when that enthusiasm was the biggest I've ever had in my freelance career. Yeah, I was
Whoa.
working, I don't know, all day, and then so I just wanted to improve, and it keeps going. So I started writing my blog again
Yeah.
recently, and I write all the new stuff I learned there on a regular basis. And
Whoa.
yes, that
Inspiring.
that's the most important thing that came with Codeable. I
Okay.
think that huge eagerness to improve myself.
Whoa, that's so inspiring, really. Thank you for sharing that. But let me ask you just one last thing. I know some other expert like you, after working with us for quite some time, have been able to, let's see, buy a motorcycle, travel more, put down a deposit for a new home. And Alex, for example, from Russia, he moved to Thailand. These mind-blowing things. How about you? Did you do anything like that? Are you planning to do anything like this?
Yes, I was the one who actually planted that story about a motorcycle.
Whoa!
I was the
So we
one.
finally meet you.
Yes, I was the one who bought it. I mean, it wasn't Harley Davidson Electroglide or something big like that. I've actually bought a motorcycle in Slovenia. It's a nice little Yamaha 250, but
Mm-hmm.
and wasn't that expensive, but it was nice add-on.
Yeah.
Running Codeable, yeah. And then a few months later, I traveled Europe
Whoa, that's
for
cool.
10
That's
days. Yeah.
okay. Well, that's great to hear. So I think that's enough for today. So it was super interesting hearing your story, Bruno. Thank you for sharing with me, with us. And once again, I would like to thank you very much for spending your time with me and all of us. So I wish you a great day and talk to you soon. Cheers.
Okay. Bye. Since joining Codeable, I think I've learned more about WordPress and web development than I learned in the last 5 years.